Hi students. Hope your reading of your second book is going well, if you've started it. If you haven't, time to get going on that. It's a busy week, Halloween. I know there's always lots going on campus when it's Halloween. And the World Series, although it looks like the Sox could sweep this one pretty good. I am out of town, but I've heard you guys have had some winter weather this week too, so it's supposed to get warmer again though. So this week is mainly a writing week for you. There is one brief video that I do want you to watch. Please remember that I can look right in on Moodle to see if you're watching the videos or not. It's going to be true at work too. You don't ever want to kind of fudge if you've been given an assignment for a training resource that you're supposed to go through, a video you're supposed to watch, anything like that. Actually, most companies even track what you visit in terms of your internet, your URL. Remember, when you get a company email address, you don't own that email address, just like you don't own your Plymouth email address. That's a university asset. There's no privacy implied in that. And that'll always be true of corporate emails for you as well. So make sure you do watch the quick little video that I gave you about reading. I think it's a useful one. But the main focus of this week is summarizing your book. So a little bit of what I'm going to say here is repetitive, redundant to what I said last week, but I think it's always good to hear again and make sure that you clearly understand what I'm expecting of you for each assignment. So for this second and third book, the assignment is essentially the same, just two different books, different topics. But what you're doing is you're writing a summary of the book and reflecting on the book as you write the summary. To pull out the points and almost like talk to yourself about why it's important that you remember a point, or a little like note to self about why this particular subject from a book as you write your summary might be useful to you in the future. You're going to have to teach yourself new things all the time for the rest of your life. What I'm really trying to develop in this class is the discipline of you being curious and going out and pushing yourself to be a continuous learner long after the formal structures of college are in place that put the sort of jersey walls or the guidelines around you to get you learning. This next couple assignments, actually for the rest of the semester now, it's really about you stepping up and taking the initiative to be a curious, effective, continuous learner for yourself. So when you read a book, how many times have you read something and afterwards say, I had no recollection of what I even read? We all do it. So an exercise of reading a book and taking notes while you read it, or reading it and then going back and writing a summary of that book, is a mechanism to help you improve your retention of materials from that book. And when you write a summary like this, it can also give you a resource that if you didn't want to go back and read the book again, but you're in a work situation or you're prepping for interviews and you want to remind yourself, or you're trying to develop new habits around your work performance, or there's content knowledge you want to carry forward, this summary is a tool. It's like your Cliff Notes, your cheat sheet, that you're going to get to be able to go back and reread rather than having to read the whole book again. So you're writing a document that's really a tool or a resource for you as you go forward. I haven't put a word length on this, but I want you to think about this as if you're sort of submitting it for a job interview. If I had 3 candidates and I've asked you all to read the book and summarize the book, and I'm going to make a decision on which candidate I hire based on the quality of their book summary, the usefulness of it, how well written it is, how well proofread it is, how useful a tool it is to help me understand the book that you read as well as a reader of your Cliff Notes or your summary, and to learn a little bit about you through the reflection as you're commenting on why something might be useful to you or making your little notes to self. You decide the structure of how you want to do it. I imagine that I'm reading 3 of these from 3 of you that are in this class, and I'm going to hire 1 of you. And I'm putting that into your head because I want you to keep thinking about what it means to do your best work for you based on your own judgment. Now, I'm not trying to be mysterious or tricky here. If you're really stressed about it, if you feel like you're not sure if your work is up to par, ask me. Ask me for feedback. It's going to be the thing you'll always have to do with your boss too. Totally appropriate midstream to take work that you're working on back to your boss and say, is this meeting your expectations? Is this enough? Don't have to either. If you're feeling confident that what you're delivering is high quality and it's going to meet expectations, then you're good to go. So the goal is to create a product that is useful to you in the future. You can write it in your narrative voice. You could write it in a bullet format if you like. I do not have a picture in my head of what the format of this paper needs to be. It needs to be a format that works best for you, so that if you were going to go back and read this document again, when you read it, it would really work for you as a tool. I can tell you that on average in the past they've been between 7 and 15 pages long, single-spaced. But that's a guideline, not a requirement, so don't set that in stone. I'm just trying to give you some context in case you're a little worried about the length or the duration. So you should have been able to start the book last week. You should have plenty of time this week. Break it up over the days. Don't wait until the end. And as I've been doing in the past, when I give you a longer assignment, I'm going to give you until Sunday night to hand this in. So you'll have a full week to get this done. By midnight next Sunday, November 4th, is when it will be due. So hopefully it'll be a productive week for you. Hopefully the Sox win the series, and hopefully there's no nonsense and shenanigans on campus around Halloween or the World Series, because it's not why you're spending all this money at college. You got the rest of your life to have fun. I know I sound a little like Captain No Fun. Guilty as charged. I just want to see you all bring this college education in for a great landing. Okay, that's all from here. I am back in New Hampshire this week. I'll be home sometime tomorrow in Albany, New York, in the middle of the week. I'm doing a lot of traveling, but I'm always at my cell phone. Text me, and emails come to my phone too. So happy to get back to you anytime you need it. That's all for now. Bye.